and they'd be lying to say I don't want you anymore. You got my blind heart holding on to you, and I don't know where it's going or what it will do. And I try to control it, but control is what I lose. You got my blind heart holding on to you.
We were invited by the Callahan Center, the fashion design and retailing program, because we've had a really good relationship with the people here. They've been very kind to have equipment that they didn't need. They would give to the school. They've been very, very nice to us, and we really wanted to be more involved with what they did. A lot has changed in fashion, certainly since the school started in 1839, but even in the more recent years, one thing we found is that we're starting to have more young men in the program, which is wonderful. We're starting to have a much more diverse population, so everybody's bringing new ideas, and we're trying to keep up and do the new technology and everything that goes along with it. Our students, we have both merchandising and design students, so what we saw today was the product of the design students, and they are very creative. They all have very diverse interests. As we saw, there was some upcycling, there was some glamour garments, there's gender bending garments. So there's a lot of different ideas going on, and the students are very much have their fingers on the pulse of what's happening.
Right now I'm studying fashion design. I have experience mostly in the social media and marketing end of it, but that's why I'm in fashion design. I want to learn more about design. I'm really passionate about historical designs and high fashion, haute couture, and I'm really inspired by like Parisian, Italian fashion houses. So I'm hoping after here I can get to Europe for a little bit, gain a little bit more exposure to different cultures, different diversity of thought. But yeah. So I started gaining a passion for fashion, for lack of a better term, in high school, and I think since then one of the biggest trends has been going gender neutral. A lot of designers have kind of rose to the surface that are now gender neutral. There's no Cesso, which is from LA, Gypsy Sport, which is in New York, and there's just a lot of different designers that kind of pride themselves off of being gender neutral, being inclusive, using recycled materials, and I think that's important not only for representation but for sustainability, and I think that that's going to be a huge trend in the upcoming years, 2020s. You better look out because that's where it's going to be at. So I think at least at Framingham, I'm definitely looking to do gender neutral, and not so much as it was in like the 80s, 90s kind of switching genders, but I think that clothing being genderless and upcycling, and I think that having men in what would typically be a woman's garment, having women being what would typically be a men's garment, and I think there's a lot of crossover in the next few years that, especially in the 2020s, I think that fashion is going to take a really interesting turn, and I think that there's going to be a lot of innovative designers that are going to, step forward, and we're going to see a lot of young designers like Christian Cowan and Rio Uribe who are going to really step forward and make a change in the fashion world because it's definitely overdue. So really, I just want to wear something that makes me feel something. I think that a lot of people wear something that makes them fit in or makes them look like fits the beauty standard of the day, and I think that I just want to wear something that makes people think and makes people feel something outside of that's pretty. Like what is this invoking in you? What is this going to make you feel? Is this going to create change? Is this going to spark something, spark an emotion?
We all love Pam. She's the head of our department. All of the professors are really helpful and really knowledgeable, and they've all had years experience in the industry. And like I said, I'm merchandising, so I don't really do the designs, but the things that my classmates come up with blow me away. I can't believe it. So they're very talented. Well, this summer I'm hoping to do an internship. I've applied a couple places. I want to do something with visual merchandising. I'm not really sure the specifics, and I'm also a minor in writing, so fashion journalism really interests me. So we'll see where it takes me. I would say definitely check it out. Come visit. You can talk to professors, look at the courses. You have to adjust at first. A lot of the design students never touched a sewing machine before they got there. So, it's a great place to start.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're just wearing a sweater and pants, you're choosing what color do you feel looks good on you that day? What feels good to you that day? What are you going to be doing that day? You know, is it a jeans day? Is it a day that you have to dress up because you have a meeting? So you have to think about in the morning what your day is going to be, how you need to feel during that day. You know, do you need some cheering up? Do you need some color? Do you need to just like blend into the background? You need to be neutral. So I think everybody makes those decisions, even though a lot of people don't think they do, but I think that's part of everybody's ideas. Always dress to the way that makes you happy, whatever makes you feel good. If it's a man in a skirt and that feels good, just do it. Really, I think that it's all about what's comfortable. And as long as you're not offending anybody, as long as there's not anything that's going to be misconstrued, then, you know, just go for it.